Hello guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Joshua Oyemi and I'm an AI engineer currently based in Tokyo, Japan. In this video, I want to show you how you can learn something new using my own experience with learning React.js. In my previous videos, I talked about me starting a new project, and because I started this project kind of forced me or pushed me to start learning some new skills. And one of those skills is front-end development using React.js. In this video, I'm going to talk about how I went about learning this skill within a short time and using it on the same project. Let's get started. I have to give a background here. Of course, I've been programming at least for the past 5 years, and I'm more proficient with Python and I do a little C++ programming. However, I have not done any programming in JavaScript before. So this project is kind of new to me in the sense that I have to learn JavaScript and I also have to learn React.js as a framework for front-end development. So this puts me in the newbie category when it comes to JavaScript and React.js. And also, I've never done anything front-end development before this time. So this is a new space also for me about developing a front end for a web app. And one more thing is that I have a limited time to learn this skill because I have to start using it almost immediately on this project. So I have to find ways to quickly learn the skill and apply it almost immediately. So these are the constraints that I had and made me to kind of make these choices that I made and which I'm going to be sharing with you today. First thing I want to say is that to learn something new and to learn it effectively, you have to have a goal or a project. So if I had wanted to learn JavaScript or React just to learn it as a skill, probably I wouldn't go through this route. But because I had a project that I have to execute, I had a goal for that project which was timed. I needed to execute this project within a period of time. That means that in order to learn the skill, I have to do it in a very fast and quick way. So this is one very important ingredient in learning any new skill. You have to constrain yourself by choosing a project and by also timing, creating a time bound where you have to start applying the skill for that project or for whatever you want to use it for. That being said, the easiest way to start learning anything new is to check out tutorial videos on the internet. Of course, YouTube is there for you and there are a lot of tutorial videos that you can check out that will introduce you to the subject. For me, I found this very useful website that actually focuses on React.js and also focuses on front-end development. This is screenbar.com, and the good thing about this platform is that the tutorial is interactive. You can see what the teacher is doing, and at the same time, you can play with the code. They have a sandbox where you can play with the code. So you can see here, I can type in the code here, and also I can play.
Okay, we're just going to jump right in
instructors
for our entire
code, and I can see how the instructor is.
Render two JSX elements next to each other. For example, if I wanted an H1
wherever I want and edit the instructor's code and find out what happens with that code. So this was a very good platform that I used to learn. And good thing is that for this platform, it's a very short course which focused on using React to develop a to-do app. So you could learn this within 5 hours. Of course, you need some idea about how to program. And if you had a knowledge of programming in JavaScript in the first place, it would be very easy for you because you already know the syntax and how all the variables and everything works. So this is just learning about the framework itself, not about JavaScript. And I have to say that I didn't have to go and learn JavaScript on its own because I felt like, okay, once I start this project, I will just kind of jump into it, and whatever problem I have along the way, I will look for the solution. And one other, just to recommend one tutorial on YouTube, is this Django and React tutorial. The reason why I like this is because it kind of took it from where I knew web app development to a place where I didn't. So I had the experience about using Django, but it was hard for me to connect my experience with Django to the front end using React. So this tutorial kind of helped me, and it's a whole set of tutorial, like it's a whole playlist, about 17 videos. This would take a longer time. I have to say I didn't finish this, but I kind of got what I needed from the tutorial, because I needed to know how to connect my back end with my front end, and this tutorial was very good for that. Basically, number 2 point is that you have to watch tutorial videos that are similar projects, or tutorial videos that show you how to do exactly what you want to achieve. So in my case, I wanted to know how to connect Django with React, and this tutorial was very good for me to do that. And in the other case where I needed to understand how React work as a front end framework, the tutorial was really helpful in that case. And there are so many other tutorials like that that you can find on the internet. You just have to find the one that specifically meets your need. And I have to say that you have to go through a lot before you find the best one for you. So for me, these are the ones that I can recommend after checking a lot of tutorials that I found there. Number 3 is that being able to see all the tutorials, they are good, but there are some things that you will never understand unless you are able to read the documentation for that framework that you're looking at. So for example, for React has an official tutorial that tells you how to use React. I find it to be more on the theory side, but it helps you to understand some very, very important concepts that most tutorials, most video tutorials on YouTube will probably gloss over. So if you have some time and patience to just kind of read through and see how things work, this will be very helpful. So in this case, what I do is I'll go to if I have a problem in a particular, maybe I need to know how to use hooks on tutorial. Then I know that if I check the official documentation, it helps me to understand that concept much more better than any video I can see. So most of the videos will gloss over it and would tell you how to use it. But when it comes to the understanding the theory and why to use a particular tool in the framework, then it is good to check out the official documentation. Number 4 is that you should ask for help anytime that you're stuck. This is surely going to happen. You're going to be stuck many times. And for me, I've been stuck many times. There are days that I was trying to do something and I couldn't find the solution. Of course, there were gaps in my knowledge because I didn't go through the normal process. So I needed to search so many forums to see how to solve the problem. And afterwards, I found out that some of these problems were just like very easy problems. But just because of the way I started learning and using it, I was stuck with those kind of problems. And that is where Stack Overflow comes in. For a lot of programmers, Stack Overflow is the number 1 place where you can get solutions to the problems you have. So in this case, let's say I have a problem with displaying component in React. I can easily find a Stack Overflow question that deals with it. So check this out. So I just typed displaying components on React. You can see someone also probably in the same shoes as you asking the same kind of problem. And fortunately, you would find answer to this kind of problem on Stack Overflow. Last but not the least, this is more of an advice actually, because I found out that as a newbie, you have an idea of what you want to build in your mind. And because you already have this skill, you feel that, okay, I should be able to do this. But because you are limited with the knowledge that you have and the skill that you've just acquired, it would be probably difficult for you to do some things. So an advice for me is you have to simplify the process. Don't try to implement something that is complex in the beginning. If you try to do that, it's easy to get frustrated and not know how to go about it. But if you have something in mind that you want to build, find the simplest way to do it. Like break it down to the simplest way of doing it. Try to do that first before making it complex. The more you are knowledgeable in that skill, the easier it will be for you to implement more complex ideas. So these are the points I think you need to think about when learning anything new, and putting this in mind will help you to learn fast and get stuck less, and also achieve your objective in a very short time. So if you want to see more of this kind of videos, I would appreciate if you can click the like button and also subscribe to the channel. I promise to keep sharing more of this kind of short videos that talks about my experience in the things that I'm doing. And I hope that you would benefit from all of this. So until the next video, see you. Peace.